we are combining a number of steps that in module 1 I separated. In this module 2, we're going to go faster through these steps. But again, these are steps that I have to go through to make sure that my site is set up properly. And the other reason why I redo this is the best way to learn. You are a beginner, you want to get familiar with it. Trust me, the more you do this, the better you'll get. One of the things that used to get me when I started with WordPress was the setting of the home page. And you cannot believe how often that got me. Even months later, like, how do I set my home page? So the more you do this, the more you understand that that thing you do only once is actually very important, and then you need to practice it. We clean up because WordPress comes with a few standard settings that I always change, and I call this my cleanup. I call it the 4 Ps. I go to posts, which is the first P, and there is a post already here which I want to delete. Select trash, and I'll also empty the trash can. Is this important? Many people say no. I'm one of those people that don't like stuff lying there. The next P is pages. There are 2 pages here. The privacy policy you may actually use, but again, we're going to delete them. I select both, move to trash, apply, and go to trash again and empty the trash. The third P is plugins. Many host providers install plugins with their WordPress installation, and they will appear here. And it's good that when you start, go through these plugins, delete them or deactivate them at a minimum. And the last P is my permalinks. To settings, permalinks, and we choose this one, post name. And this ensures that whenever we have a page, actually a post, it won't show the date on which the post was created. It will actually show the name of that post at the very end in the URL, in the website address. Select Save Changes, and that is our cleanup. Now I have it the vanilla way I would like it. Next step is to set up the site, and that is just your site details. Before I do that, I want to bring in the theme that I want to use. Now remember, actually, we're not going to be using the theme. Go to the navigation sidebar, appearance and themes, and let's get out of this confusion. I want to bring in my own theme. I'll click on Add Theme, and I will search for Blocksy, and you can use your favorite one here, Generate Press, Astra, Cadence, etc. I'll go ahead and click on Install, and Blocksy also has a plugin called the Blocksy Companion. Once I activate here, it's going to ask me, do you want to install the Blocksy Companion? I'm just going to say yes, go ahead and install it. Once it has been installed, you'll see this dashboard appears, and we have Blocksy here in the sidebar on the left. Now we come back to the confusion of the theme. Once we install Breakdance, we have the option, do I want to use the theme or not? And we are going to say no, because we are learning Breakdance. The reason why I install Blocksy is because now when I go to Appearance, you will see I have the option to create menus. But if I select the theme that has been installed by default, this 2023, and I go to Appearance, the menu option disappears. Now you have to go into the theme, the template, and you have to go create it there. Really, we don't want to do that. So the easiest way to make sure that you have a menu option here under Appearance is to use a theme that brings in the menu. And that means you bring in your favorite theme, make sure it is lightweight. You can even use, what is that theme called from Elementor, Happy. That's a great one. Just make sure that you will know how to create a menu. I'll also show you again how to create a menu in this video. Go back to Blocksy and click on Activate. Now with this, we set up the site quickly. I can go into Blocksy and set up the site, but let's just do it within the settings. Navigation sidebar on the left, settings and general. We start at the top. Let's call this Breakdance Module 2. And then the tagline is create stunning multi-page website. And these two, the site title and tagline, they are actually important. You need to use the words that your site is about and maybe your company business here. Next, choose a site icon, your favicon, select. I'll bring in my folder where all my assets are, and I will just bring them again one by one. Actually, you can select all of these and bring them into the media library in one go. But as we're building out the site, I prefer to bring them in one by one so you can see what I'm doing. My first one then is the favicon or the site icon. Favicon is maybe a little bit archaic, but many of us still use it. If you see the term site icon, in this case, that's what it says. You go ahead. set a site icon. You click again on crop image. And now we have our site title, tagline, and site icon. A few more things we change here. Set your site language. In my case, I'm just going to put it on English South Africa for those few words that I prefer, like spelling color with a U. Doesn't matter, but I'm just used to that. And then time zone, we're going to set that also properly on +2. I remind you that time zone doesn't really make a difference in most cases, but the moment you go into something like blogging and other custom post types where you are publishing stuff, you better get the time zone in the way you want it. And you can set up the date format as well as the time format as to how you want it to appear on your website. Once we are ready here, we click on Save Changes. And now we have cleaned up the site, we have set it up, and we've brought in the theme that we're going to use.